Today we're going to talk about Power over Ethernet. This is a basic tutorial that IMC has developed to give you an idea of what PoE is all about. The agenda for this tutorial includes information about IMC Networks as a company, an overview of PoE, specific IMC Networks PoE product lines, considerations before you purchase, a summarization of benefits about PoE, and contact information. IMC Networks was founded in 1988. Our corporate headquarters is in Foothill Ranch, California. We also have offices in Florida and in Europe. We're a leading provider of media converters and fiber optic Ethernet access solutions. These solutions are a perfect fit for enterprise, government, and service providers. As a U.S.-based manufacturer, everything is developed in-house at IMC. So what is PoE, or Power over Ethernet? It's a technology that allows both data and power to be transmitted over standard Ethernet twisted pair cabling. PoE encompasses both power source equipment, referred to as PSE, and power draw, PD, devices. PoE is standardized by the IEEE Association. The IEEE standard of 802.3AF was ratified in 2003. There are different types of PoE. The first type, Type 1, offers 3 levels of power, 4 watts, 7 watts, and 50.4 watts. In the table below, you can see the classification of 0 through 3 levels. The 802.3AT was ratified in 2009. This is for PoE Plus or Type 2 power. It now supplies a maximum of 25.5 watts. It is backwards compatible with 802.3AF and still must be run over Cat5 cabling. There are different types of power sourcing equipment, for example, a media converter or a switch, and they can support Type 1 or Type 2 depending on their electronics. The basic premise, however, is that the power is going to be transferred over the copper port via the copper cabling. There's always a misunderstanding in the marketplace that the extension is going to be over fiber, and that is not possible. The growth of PD devices is driving the demand for PSE. These pieces of equipment require power, and yet there's no convenient or power outlet nearby. Such devices as security cameras, VoIP phones, Wi-Fi require PSE. To summarize, a PSE device transfers the power over the Cat5 cabling to the PD device. For example, this security camera, perhaps mounted on the outside of a bank building, and it's requiring power, and yet there's no available source of power to plug it into. IMC Networks offers a variety of PoE products, including both PSE and PD. The PSE media converters would range from 1U high McBasic series, offered in both Fast Ethernet and Gigabit, to the compact series of the Giga Mini Mic. The PD devices are strictly IE Mini Mic, IE Mini FiberLinks 2, and the PD switch. In the category of power sourcing equipment, the first model is the PoE McBasic. It has one 10100 copper port and one 10100 power over Ethernet port. The fiber ports are available in fixed 1x9 fiber, single mode or multi-mode, supports up to 10,240 frames, and offers a support of up to 15.4 watts, meeting Type 1 power. It's used for inside the building installations only. The next model is the PoE Plus version of the McBasic. This model is offering 2 PSE ports, again 10100. The fiber port would be a fixed 1x9 with either single mode or multi-mode availability. Jumbo frames supported up to 10,240. Each port, however, would now support 25.5 watts per port, again used for inside in the building only. The PoE Giga McBasic is a 1U high internal power supply product that offers one SFP port supporting fiber or SGMII copper, or an optional model with fixed fiber for single mode and multi-mode. It has one power over Ethernet port, 100 1000, as well as a standard copper 10-100 1000 port. Supports jumbo frames up to 10-240 and Type 1 power supporting up to 15.4 watts. The next model is the PoE Plus Gigamic Basic. Like the standard PoE Gigamic Basic, it offers an SFP port or a 1x9 model with fixed fiber transceivers for multi-mode single mode. It's offering the same 2 power over Ethernet ports 10-100 1000. Jumbo frame supports the same 10-240. However, because it's a PoE Plus product, it's now going to support Type 2 or 25.5 watts per port. The internal AC power supply, like its other model, is very attractive to a lot of customers that do not prefer an external power source. The PoE Gigaminimic is very much like the McBasic series we just reviewed. The attraction for this product line, it is more compact. It offers an optional DC terminal block for power as well as the AC external power source. Again, it's going to provide an SFP port and support Type 1 power. As a power source device, the PoE Plus Gigaminimic is like its predecessor. It's just that it will now support up to 25.5 watts per port and still offer the compact nature, DC terminal block, AC power source, etc. IMC Networks offers 3 models of PD devices. The first one is the IE Minimic. It's an unmanaged device offering a 10-100 copper port to 100 full duplex fiber. As a PD device, it's going to be a Type 1 and draw up to 15.4 watts. The second model of IMC PD devices is the IE Mini FiberLinks 2. It's also a 10-100 copper to 100 full duplex fiber converter. However, it's a fully managed device if desired. As a CPE, you can assign bandwidth, do VLAN tagging, and a host of other configurations. As a PD device, it's going to draw a Type 1 of up to 15.4 watts. This product is also available in telco versions, and the telco versions cannot be recommended to be PD devices. The third IMC product is the PD switch. It's a 5-port device, and port number 1 is the PD or the power draw port. It relies exclusively on power source to even operate. It's going to support a Type 1 power of up to 15.4 watts. The other 4 ports are 10-100 copper ports. There's also options of 3 10-100 copper ports and an SFP port or a fixed fiber port. Again, this product is used for inside the building only. This is a good example of how a PoE McBasic can be used in an application to power a wireless access point through the PSC port, and through the standard copper port provide power to a PC. The installation of surveillance cameras has become a common application. This is a great example of how a PoE Plus Gigaminimic can provide power to 2 individual cameras, each drawing 25.5 watts. So in other words, you've got 2 PSC ports, each supporting power to the surveillance camera 1, surveillance camera 2, and then the fiber port on the PoE Plus Gigaminimic is being connected to the LAN. Although PoE is becoming more in demand in the marketplace, it's remarkable how many customers don't understand PoE. In fact, many think that the PoE is traversing over the fiber segment, which is completely false. So we put together a list of questions that can help you determine what your customer needs. The first would be, does the application require a PSC or a PD device? Do you own the power sourcing equipment and need a PD device for drawing that power, for example? The second question would be to obtain the information about the product that they do have or are considering, for example, a VoIP phone or a power injector. Make sure to obtain the brand and the model number because you're going to find yourself doing some more research. The third question would be, how many watts does this PSC product provide? Type 1 or Type 2, for example. And conversely, what if it's a PD device? How much power does it draw? 15.4, 25.5, etc. The fourth question is whether the customer needs a single or a multi-port PoE product. For example, in the application showing the 2 PTZ cameras, they both needed Type 2 power and required 2 ports. The fifth question would be, what is the speed requirement for the application? Is it 100 megabit or gigabit? The sixth is, what type of fiber is required for the fiber connection? Is it multi-mode or single mode? What kind of connections? And last, is the application inside the building or outside? In summary, PoE offers a host of benefits. The first, of course, is flexibility, because the PoE devices can overcome a challenging condition when a power source is not available. Management, when available, is also useful because you can control, manage, or shut down PD devices, for example, like the IE Mini FiberLinks 2. There certainly would be a reduction of problems because all PoE devices have to meet the 802.3 standard, and interoperability becomes very easy to support. Integration is also simple because you're using the Cat5 Ethernet power line for both the PSE and the PD devices. Support's very useful because the PD devices can be moved easily to wherever there is LAN cabling. And finally, there's a cost savings. You're saving on power and cable installations. The following is a list of ways to contact IMC Networks sales and support for USA, Latin America, and Europe, as well as website information.